Okay, this is about why does exercise improve mood? Why does carbohydrate improve mood? And so here's what it's about. When tryptophan gets into your brain, some of it is used to make serotonin. And supposedly this conversion into serotonin improves mood. Okay, so then the question is, well, what's the deal with tryptophan? Tryptophan is like the most rare amino acid in our bodies. It's in very small amounts in our bodies, and it has competition for getting into the brain with other amino acids. So exercise increase entry into the brain. Carbohydrates increase entry into the brain. I'll show you a slide of what that's all about. This is the rest of the chyne-urenic pathway. So chyne means dog, urenic means urine. And I had a previous video all about this, okay? So we're not going to get into all this chyne-urenic stuff, but just got to remember tryptophan gets converted to serotonin. This conversion is increased with exercise. Exercise gets increased tryptophan into the brain. Okay, here's a paper showing how exercise increases tryptophan availability to the brain. So more of it's going to get transported into the brain, and that's thought to be one of the mechanisms how tryptophan improves mood. Okay. So I'm just talking mechanistically here. It's sort of something you're going to run into. It's going to come up again. So having a little bit of an understanding of it is worthwhile. It's not the most important thing in the world, but it's good to know a little bit about it. Okay, so you eat your diet, your amino acids come in through your proteins, and then you got tryptophan. In order for tryptophan to get into the brain, it competes with all these amino acids. These are called the large neutral amino acids. Okay, so when you eat a high protein meal, because tryptophan is such a rare amino acid compared to other amino acids, you'll actually get more of the competitor amino acids competing for the transporter to get into the brain. So you'll actually decrease the amount of tryptophan that gets into the brain. So this is thought to be something that decreases mood with eating a high protein diet. All right, so why is carbohydrate thought beneficial? With a high carbohydrate diet, it's thought that the amount of tryptophan that's naturally in the blood has less competition for getting into the brain, so you get more relative amounts of tryptophan going into the brain. So that's why carbohydrates, one of the reasons carbohydrates are thought to improve mood. When you exercise, you also get more tryptophan going into the brain. So that's thought to be beneficial. And also the insulin tends to pull the amino acids related to the carbohydrates, tends to pull the amino acids into the muscles. That's another reason why a high carbohydrate meal. So what I'm basically saying here is exercise and high carbohydrate meals tend to increase the relative amount of tryptophan getting into the brain, and that's thought to have an improvement in mood. Okay. And then just getting back to the chyne-urenic pathway, it's thought to make more tryptophan available to run through this pathway, make serotonin. And it's the same pathway that actually goes on to melatonin, improves your sleep and all that. So eating carbohydrate meals and exercising are thought to improve these things, serotonin and melatonin production.